Hey guys, it's me Charlie. So I'm doing a video update, a suggestion that was made on YouTube about Rosey Bourkes. I will actually be breeding my 3 Rosey Bourkes that I have here. There's 1, there's 2, and 3. I believe this little one here is a male, and I think this one is the female, I'm not sure. That one doesn't have a mate yet. And I'm actually going to be buying some more Rosey Bourkes. Here in Seattle, Washington, the cost for a Rosey Bourke is about $125 each. And the babies are sold between $80 to $100 each when they're not weaned. And when they are weaned, they're around $125 to $175. My Rosey Bourkes are actually the pinkest, and they're very tame, very sweet, as you can see here. They love being held. They love being grabbed, kissed, handled, and so they make the happiest breeders. These little guys here, once they start to breed, I'm going to set up a Parakeet Nest Box, and I'm going to put some pine shavings and some orchard hay in there, a little bit of shredded paper, and some of the material I'm going to keep at the bottom of their cage, so that way if they do want to grab it, they can. But mostly finches, or excuse me, little parrots like these guys that like to get into inside hollow areas, they mostly like to scrape down the walls and chip around the opening because they want to make their own nests out of the material that's already in there. And they don't always bring stuff into their nests. Now in the wild they could do something like that, but when they're bred in captivity, they tend to not get into that. So I don't sell the eggs unless the person, this one's on my hand, hold on, unless the person lives locally maybe, because I could probably sell them some eggs locally if they came to meet me somewhere. Shipping, I don't know if I can ship eggs like this in the mail. I know I can ship quail eggs and chicken eggs and duck eggs. All those kind of eggs, they ship okay. But even their hatch rate in the mail when they're being shipped is probably like 40%. Here at the house, it's practically 100%, meaning I could incubate my eggs here at the house and I will have babies hatching. But that's just because I pull them from underneath the parents and put them right into the incubator. Now, I don't like to incubate parrot eggs or finch eggs because these guys rely on you every half hour, every hour for feedings, and I really don't have that energy to do that. But I do pull the babies when they're about 2 to 3 weeks old, and part of the reason why I wait a little longer is because I want them to get the best antibodies that they can from their parents. So if a mom and dad were regurgitating for their babies, in their crop they have a special little milk mucus that they can combine with their food, and they will feed it to the babies, and then the babies get their antibodies to make sure they're the healthiest babies. I do this with all my parrots because you don't really have to pull them when they're really super tiny. I'm going to close this cage up. Because if you do, they may be okay. Most people get their parrots when they're really young and they haven't had any time with their parents, and they're mostly bred to be, pulled out of the nest at such a young age, like a week old. And people who do that, they tend to have good success, but I feel that if the bird spends more of their time with their parents, they can get their natural abilities to learn how to, talk and communicate with other birds. But at the same time, you want to play with them. So these are my Rosey Bourkes, and they're inside of a cage that I just got them. I have another video that's silent. I'm probably just going to put a music to it, and I think I might connect it to this one, or maybe I won't do any sound. And it's when they were outside. And it's just showing them outside in the daylight because I'm inside the house. So these guys are about a year old. These are called Rosey Bourkes. They'll be breeding soon. I'll make sure they'll have plenty of liquid vitamins in their water. I have pellet food that I give them, Cuttlebone. I sprout my own seed for them, so I take millet and black oil seed, all the different types of seeds that they like to eat. I'll sprout it for them, and once I do that, I feed it to them. I don't do as much fruits and vegetables because they have a lot of sprouts that they eat, and what I do is I just sprout everything. And that's the cheapest and healthiest way to give your birds live food, just like your vegetables and your fruit. I also buy small bags of mixed vegetable, the one that has the carrots, green beans, and corn. Most of the birds tend to like, look at these two, they want to come out. They tend to like just the corn. Sometimes they like the carrots because it's a little bit sweet. But, I still give it to them. And a lot of people will actually put a large container, like this thing here, they'll fill it up halfway with food. But if you look at the size of these little birds, they eat like a half a teaspoon of food at a time. So really, if you got 3 of these, just get 1.5 teaspoons of food into a small dish. And for 1, you'll save on the flies. 2, you'll save on the food. 3, you'll save on the bacteria and the, rotting. And you don't want that, because then these guys will want to go back to it and eat it and get sick. So to answer your question about eggs, I have never shipped off eggs. I'm sure I could. I don't know if I want to. And because these are my first time breeders, I probably wouldn't do anything with their eggs the first time around. But they're babies. I'm probably not going to hand feed them. I'm probably going to let them be aviary raised, so that way anybody buying them, hopefully I'll sell them to someone who has an aviary and just keep them for looks, because they're gorgeous little Rosey Bourkes. But if you do take one as a baby, of course, oops, door fell open. You could grab one like this, and you could kiss it and play with it. They have full flight, so I have to be careful because one's about to fly out of the cage. This one right here. Oh, you're so cute! So they make great apartment bird pets. They don't make any sound, as you don't hear anything. They make tiny little squeaks, and they never squeak, barely. They can learn to talk a few words, probably about 3 to 5 words. I've only heard up to 3 words on other people's birds. Mine do talk a little bit, but I'm not around to hear them most of the time. I am around, I'm just not around to like sit here and listen to them. But they don't have a huge vocabulary. They're mostly for looks, and they have bred to be very pink, so that way people can go, oh my god, is that a parakeet? Because they're kind of like the size of a parakeet, just a little bit bigger, like an English parakeet. But they're just gorgeous. They're pink. They're like cotton candy pink or bubblegum. So actually, I named this one up here Bubblegum, Bubblicious. I know, stupid names. Alright, well, see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, rate the video, and leave a comment if you like.